That's two for two on those intros. Gotta love that.
Sucking
And
mosquitoes.
as always, suck mosquitoes.
You know I'm candled up out here. We are back. It's Free for All Friday. We're going to send you into the weekend in style. Also, again, we've mentioned it before, but just a shout out to Screwball making the hand sanitizer that was provided. Stay safe. Wash your hands out there. I think we're turning a positive corner here, but we're not through it yet. So good to see you, everyone out there, and good to see you, Tyler. How you doing on this Friday?
Burning up. Got a bloody toe, but other than that, not too bad. How's your Friday
Burning up. Yeah, I made it home in time somehow, some way from the bank, which is always a blessing. Jaime coming in on YouTube. This is going to be fun. Yes, it is.
Jaime's out there tailgating. He was posting these comments before we even went on air.
I think we got to kick this off right. Actually, let me just throw this up here on the screen because it makes it look crazier and more funny. We got a caller on the line already. I want to get it out there. So let's see what I can do here.
Oh boy.
We've got looks like we've got Miles Long checking in. Miles, how are we doing this evening?
Hey, Tyler, Ronnie. First time, long time, huge fan of the show.
Appreciate that, Miles.
I'm at my remote studio here at the Pacific Ocean in PB, and I had to give a shout out to my favorite guys on the best show. In terms of what you were throwing out earlier of why it was smelling like ass at the beach, the fucking red tide here is out of control, and I can't explain why. But at night, you have the bioluminescence, which is really dope. But Ron, to answer your question, and Tyler, I don't know why. How are you guys today?
Doing good, man. You're paying for that cool blue glow that Miles was mentioning there, but it does smell like a big fart during the day. I noticed that when I drive over to Encinitas for work, as soon as you kind of crest the hill and come down past Del Mar, like by the filler, it just hits you right in the face. Like just someone just slapped you.
Just a strong musk.
It's a little stout, shall we say, but it's definitely, you can recognize it. I don't know how it smells down there, Miles. You're on the ground, our man on the street.
Yeah, trying to. We got a sunset. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's coming down. Let's see. There we go. Bam.
Nice.
So,
very nice. Very nice.
Looking good.
You guys are drinking some Screwball or what?
No, this is well, I think if I drink this, I'll go blind. This is actually the hand sanitizer that they're making.
Oh, that's the hand
Ronnie's
sanitizer.
Getting fucked up on the hand sanitizer.
All right. If
Ronnie
we
might
get
drink it a little bit
200
later
views,
anyways.
I
We'll
will
see.
take a shot of this on air.
A couple of years ago, people were eating Tide Pods like you put in your laundry. So hand sanitizer is not completely out of the question.
I mean, I want do the Trump thing,
Yeah,
clean
bath
yourself
salt
from the
before
inside.
that too.
You want to sanitize out from the
There
inside.
you go. Yeah. Ronnie's gonna bring back the bath salt craze and just go zombie again.
I've got some Florida connections. I think they could probably hook that up.
Wait, so all right, so this is the Friday free for all, right? So
It is.
Do you guys engage
Yes.
in happy hour before or after?
Before and after.
Yes.
And during.
Never stop.
Yeah, no, it's Friday, dude. And also, I'm off for 2 days, which has
Off for
never
2 days.
happened. Yeah.
Woo!
So I'm about that
Tell me
action.
Ronnie actually get a full
I
weekend.
know, it's weird. Days don't matter anymore anyway. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What about you, Miles? You got any weekend plans?
Well, what was that?
You got any weekend plans? Anything big lined up?
What's Miles up
I
to?
want to watch some UFC tomorrow. I'm actually excited. I have something to fill
There you go.
my degenerate behavior of gambling, so I'm gonna try and bounce some fights. Still looking at the card to see what's
Mhm.
good. Are you guys gonna watch that or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely watching it.
Tony Ferg
Yeah.
back in the mix, baby.
Yeah. Well, okay. I was gonna say, is this a bad how is this gonna be like a genius idea or a total shit ass idea of Dana White if he pulls this off? Because maybe does it start a trend? You think like a domino effect where it's like, oh, okay, maybe these other sports can copy and now we can get him back.
I think it's a little different for UFC because a lot of the money comes from TV. So, especially pay-per-view. But I think Dana's right in a spot that he wants to be in right now because he he's like, we're ready to go. We don't need fans there. It's like whatever, and I can do one of these like every other weekend. Like,
dude, for sure.
And he's got the blessing
Yeah.
from Disney. That's the biggest thing.
and then
Well,
once that
yeah.
island gets going, forget
I
about
was
it.
just about to say, once we get to that Fight Island, I mean, that is the most UFC thing I've ever heard, and I cannot be more excited about that. Having some offshore infrastructure on a remote island,
Oh yeah.
and people trying to tear each other's head off. Like, can you imagine Khabib or Conor McGregor or like whoever fighting on that island? I think that's absolutely genius.
No, he said it's going to
You
be
know
on the
what?
sand.
What I'm kind of one of the things that I'm hoping happens is like, you know, we get like some big fight on the shore, you know, some big like emotional speech, and then like some like like helicopters
Yeah.
offshore drops in, like cuts a promo on somebody. Like that's what I want.
Actually, that would be even more awesome than normally. You know, like somebody wins, and then they have the contender, somebody in the front row. They give them a mic. Obviously, like, oh, how do you get a mic? Like, I want you next. Like, blah, blah. No, this guy choppers in. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
now I can see who's worthy to get beat down by me.
Do you think the quality of the fights tomorrow are going to be good or bad? I mean, I get it that we've had a quarantine and you can train so much in a gym, but who is like, can these fighters like, is the quality of the product going to be good tomorrow? Like, what do you think?
I mean, I imagine, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, they work out at home and they've had 2 or 3 weeks to get a camp. I know that may not be like a full camp usually do. I mean, I think some of these people are probably just to get out and, you know, do something and punch somebody's head that they don't know. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think we'll actually get some good fights. And I mean, if you just look up and down the card, man, it's, you know, former champs, top contenders. Like, it's a ridiculous card they got lined up. So I think we're going to get a good show.
I think whatever it comes out to be, too. I mean, like as Miles was mentioning, or just
Miles Long,
excited.
yeah.
Miles Long, Miles Long at the Pacific Ocean, coming in hot.
Hey, really fast. I don't know if you guys touched on it, but Earl Thomas, some stuff happened, and by stuff I mean he had an orgy with his brother.
Yeah.
That
We were talking about that a little bit before the show. So they're, you know, actual brothers, but maybe also Eskimo brothers. I don't know now.
Yeah,
Could be.
Like,
they took Eskimo brothers to the real deal. You know, like when you're
Yeah.
in college and you end up being in the same chick, and you tell your buddy that lives down the same hall to your dorm, and it's like, oh yeah, totally in. Well, he took that to like the extreme and actually made it happen. And
to
it's
the
almost
DNA
like,
level.
well, how about
Yeah, that's not.
how about in the report where Nina, the wife, she recruits like her homies and it's just like, okay, you know what? We're gonna bring knives, we're gonna bring Berettas, we're gonna bring a fucking machete and an assault rifle. We're gonna bring absolutely the whole kitchen sink. I mean, that's how you know you have a ride or die right there.
That's true.
And one of the things that I just like blew my mind was like one of the homies that she brought was Earl Thomas's brother's wife. So then not only did Earl get caught by his wife, Earl's brother got caught by his wife. So it's like, oh my god, that's cool. So like, I don't want to say it because there's still stuff coming out of it, but man, the facts we
Now,
have
Earl
right now are
Thomas's
just
wife is
insane
about that
on
action.
story.
She like
He was
got the
about
whole
that.
All about
click
Well,
up.
Tyler, if that is true, and the brother's wife came as well, I mean, this would be like the Twilight Zone mixing in with Skinamax. I mean, you cannot plot that. Like, this sounds like a Judd Apatow movie or like a Todd Phillips. Where you're like, what the hell is going on?
the Red Shoe Diaries wish they came up with this plot line years ago.
Red Shoe Diaries. Taxi Cab Confessions. I'm more of a Taxi Cab Confessions fan myself, but you know,
I'm glad my OG perverts still know what that is, so that's good.
Taxi Cab. God, what are we in 2003 again?
yes, Miles.
No, but credit to Earl. I mean, with not a lot of stuff that's going on, we're still, you know, at this point, I feel like draft content's kind of stale. Shout out to Earl for kind of bringing it home for us media guys.
True.
That's something to talk about.
Yeah, I'm assuming the
Yeah,
trash
the-
talk on the field is going to carry over pretty good into the season. There's going to be some kind of weird mentions of that going on.
Well, what I think is interesting as well is we have Mother's Day coming up. So do they all get together? Like, what does the brother say to the mom? Like,
I haven't even thought of that.
You know, you were talking about, you know, how like you and maybe your homie like down in, you know, in a different dorm room, like hooked up with a girl. Like they were bringing that to like the dinner table. They're like at Thanksgiving, the dude I'm sitting next to the table with hooked up with the same girl.
yep. I just it is astonishing what these pro athletes can do. We hold them to such a high pedestal and such a high standard, when really they're just like us. I'm not saying we're going to make those decisions.
It's just us.
Safety is no joke, and safety is the biggest prerogative here because no one actually got hurt, and that's what I care most about.
Right.
Man, I wrote about it. I mean, shameless plug here. I wrote about it on my blog, Galvez Gage on Sports. It's like, what do you do? Like, dude. And then he tries to do damage control by sending out a video before, which is extremely.
Oh, I know. I was like, why? And then his whole thing was like, I'm just mad that this all came out. Like, it was gonna come out. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that whole story, like that story broke like after we finished our show Wednesday. It was just like, oh, why couldn't this break like an hour ago?
Oh, I know. And then back to the damage control video, he claims that his stuff happens. That's some pretty graphic stuff.
Yeah, that's not stuff that just happens like on a Wednesday. Like that's more than just stuff that happens.
Well, that's the funny thing. It's just like
shout out to Jaime's comment, man.
I love it.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if you can see Jaime's last comment.
Hilarious. My older brothers and me watched it on low volume. We laughed our asses off and scared.
All right, fellas. Well, I want to let you enjoy the rest, or have a kick-ass show. I gotta go. I'm gonna go tell Taxi Cab Confessions, and I'm gonna have a good Friday night.
Yeah, dude. Binge watch Taxi Cab Confessions over the weekend, and let me know what
there we go.
But
right.
Shout out to Miles for joining this evening. We'll get back with you soon. Check out Galvez Gage on Sports as well, and stay in touch.
Have a good night, guys.
Now, next
Thanks
up on the
for calling in,
line,
man.
also I do want to mention quickly here that tonight the Celebrity Hotline is brought to you by Jupiter Records and Tape, City Heights' finest source for music formats that are hard to rewind and fast forward. Jupiter Records and Tapes, University Avenue. Check it out. Jordan, how we doing?
Great, Ron. Tyler.
Tapes. That's where you go.
Living the dream. Free for all Friday.
Absolutely, man. Free for all Friday. You can't beat that. Nothing better to do during quarantine, right?
Yeah. We got to do it. We got to throw it out to the fans. We're taking your calls. Jordan, what's cracking tonight?
Honestly, I just like what Will saying about Earl Thomas. I like how he was just gifted a flashy necklace by his wife too. After that, like, here, sorry I held you at gunpoint, but here's a nice necklace. Like,
oh,
sorry.
it's cool now. Yeah, that whole thing was so bizarre.
Yeah, we're good.
That's all I really had to say. Free for all Friday. Oh, that's awesome. Ron digging the Raiders shirt. I mean, that he seems like he'd be a perfect Raiders player now after this, in all honesty. Like, he should be living in Vegas now.
No, they're going to get him when he's like way over the hill. The Ravens will probably get like 2 good seasons out of him, and then they'll sign him, and Raider fans will be like, yeah, we got Earl Thomas. And he's just going to suck and get paid a lot of money and not do anything.
He's still got a little bit too much talent.
That's tradition.
I mean, hey, the Ravens can control it, right? They're pretty good. Make it look like they're gonna do good for them. Though. Good
They're
organization.
pretty well run, yeah. And you got Lamar, so you're gonna win some games out there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it works out, right? That's the NFL. It happens. I'm sure he's not the only one to be held at gunpoint by his wife. I mean,
that's true. We don't know what goes on. It just, unfortunately for him, it got out in this case. But yeah, that was one of the more bizarre things.
A tale as old as time.
Well, keep it up, guys. I've been watching here and there. You guys are making everybody laugh, so just keep it up. Great that you're doing this during quarantine. We're all bored, so this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jordan. Have a good weekend.
Jordan. Thank you so much.
We'll get back with you soon.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back
callers. The phone lines are lit right now, so get in. Hit the link. It's in the scroll.
You see the link going down there? Yep. Give us a call. Even if you just want to say something for 2 seconds, hop in and hop out, man. We don't care. Call in.
Get a take. Have a take. Don't suck, like Realm says. And shoot your shot. Also, want to remind you that the last call was brought to you by Tito Auto Body and Used Tires, also on University Avenue. Tito Auto Body, you don't pick up your car until you pay. That's the Tito's guarantee.
Okay. Sorry, that tagline just had me confused.
No, you just do not get the car from Tito until you pay. Preferably cash.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, well, I guess since I don't know if we have anybody on the line here, but one thing that I want to bring this up actually, even going back to Monday, but, we got stuck with the whole Nick Cage Tiger King, understandably. Wednesday, Big Fajita got on a roll, didn't want to cut him off, had to let him talk, do his thing. Do want to have him back for more stories, because that dude is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But one thing that I wanted to bring up is that early this week there was so Ronnie and I were both big boxing fans, and as many times as boxing lets us down, it also embraces some carny roots. And so earlier this week, there was a fight that has been signed for next year between Hafthor Bjornsson, better known to most of the people as the Mountain from Game of Thrones. This dude is 6'9", 425 pounds.
Lord.
Over the weekend. Eddie Hall, 2017 World's Strongest Man. Eddie Hall himself, 6'3", 362 pounds, and that's insane to say those numbers. This man is just outweighed by so much. But boxing, you did it. You got my money. I'm watching this. I don't care.
Boxing, I'll give them this. They're always there to come through with a bizarre stunt fight that you never knew that you wanted, but then it happens.
Yeah.
And I would assume he's given up quite a bit of reach too. Just from a physiological standpoint, there's no way his arms can be as long as the Mountain, but
6'9",
they're both strong as hell.
6'3".
So I know Tyler was kind of picturing that going like one of those Russian slap fights, just trade one, all right, then you hit me, and just who can take it the longest.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. That's what it has to be, because if this fight goes more than 2 minutes, those dudes are just going to gas out just for being so damn big.
Oh, yeah.
I hope somebody gets knocked out in 2 minutes. Otherwise, it will be boring if it goes longer than one round. Let's not kid ourselves.
Just both pass out. If you're strong enough to deadlift whatever it was, 1,500 pounds or something.
1,105 pounds.
Yeah, then you can't run around a boxing ring and for 3 minutes at I don't know how many rounds this thing's going to be, but it takes a lot of effort just to protect yourself from getting hit, let alone throw punches when the opportunity presents itself. And if you're just built for one thing, in their case just being huge and lifting heavy things, I don't know if that really translates to boxing. It doesn't, but I want to see it.
It doesn't, no.
I do want to see it.
No, I just find it funny. This whole thing started because Bjornsson deadlifted 1105, beating Hall's previous record of 1102. Hall threw some shade at him, I guess on Instagram or something. I don't know, because he's like, "Oh, you didn't do this in a legit competition," blah blah blah. Bjornsson didn't like that, but so now they're gonna settle in a boxing ring. Which this to me sounds like something that Fox would have done back in the late '90s.
That does seem like a very Fox, World Eating Champions, When Animals Attack 7. Just always willing to push the envelope. Good old Fox was. We did an episode of the podcast about old Fox.
Back in
back
in the day, the Fox Alternative Programming, or FAP as we like to call it.
FAP.
Yeah, but as soon as I saw the news, I was like, Jesus, I'm loving that. You're laughing. Why are you laughing? Oh no.
Oh no! I'm wistful, shall we say, about old Fox.
I got you. Yeah. Oh, I know. So am I. I wish some TV company had the balls to put on the kinds of shows that Fox was putting on back then.
Boom. All right, I'll put a steady one up there on the screen. Dude, StreamYard is also sick. I want to mention that. I don't know if you've noticed. I will say, Tyler, there's been a little bit of a connection issue on your side, it seems like, but hasn't been too much of a problem. We're just going to power through. But
Okay.
I don't think that's a StreamYard thing. BeLive was good, but StreamYard to the next level. So we
Next
are
level.
Team StreamYard for sure moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. Some other sports news. Will or Miles, excuse me, talked about briefly. We got UFC 249 this weekend. Definitely looking forward to that. I mean,
Celebrity
again,
boxing does
love it.
rule.
That's no G.
Screech got his ass beat, I believe, on there.
No, he beat the shit out of what was the dude's name from Welcome Back, Kotter?
Oh, did he?
I can't remember what the character's name was. Yeah, but it was just some like tiny old man that like Screech just beat the shit out of.
Well, then in that case,
And it was
Screech is kind of a dick.
Danny Bonaducci fighting China. I remember that one as well.
Fought China? Oh my god.
Or no, not Danny Bonaducci. Joey Botafuco fought China. Excuse me.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
But Danny
can't remember who
Bonaducci did fight, as Jaime points out, Greg,
Yeah,
or
it's one
Greg
of the
Brady.
Brady's.
One of the Brady's. One of those
Yeah.
guys in the 9 box.
But yes, we got UFC 249 weekend. Again, looking forward to that tomorrow night. You got 2 title fights. You got the interim lightweight title fight between Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje. The bantamweight title fight between Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz. You got Francis Ngannou also on the card. America's sweetheart Greg Hardy on the card. You got on the prelim card Donald Cerrone and Anthony Pettis. You got former heavyweight champ. You got Mike, the karate hottie Michelle Watterson fighting on the card. Uriah Hall and Jacare Souza. That should be a good fight. Uriah Hall, who's everybody remembers him when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, had just some of the absolute scariest knockouts, and then just for some reason he just gets in his head and doesn't come through. But man, when
Yeah, I knew it was even, more like, yes, this would happen when the Fight Island thing came out and it was going to be, Greg Hardy was going to be involved. I mean, from Dana's standpoint, it's win-win for him because people are just going to, I doubt really it's going to be a strong contingent of people rooting for him. But even if you got someone that everyone's rooting against, that's good if you're the promoter. So,
yep.
That's going to be a moneymaker. People are going to be watching to want to see him get knocked out. And, now, especially like we were saying, in this current climate of sports where there's not a lot going on, I mean, sort of getting back there. NBA facilities are back open. The NHL apparently has kind of like their plan laid out. I know baseball is still trying to figure out how they're going to be able to get fans at the game because, like we talked about, more of their money comes from the gate than the other sports as far as like a percentage-wise, playing, pretty much every day and in the giant stadiums they play in. But, Dana is kind of in a spot right now where he can still just sort of take over. I mean, he's got the ESPN deal for one, so any event that happens, they're going to be showing the highlights. They're going to be before and after talking about it on the next day's Sports Center, whatever. So he can just like pump out as many of these like fight cards as he can get together, as long as the fighters are in shape and willing to go. So I think he sees that opportunity. He's just going to try to make as many of these events happen as he can in the short time period, especially before the other major sports get back going.
Sir, I appreciate you telling me what I apparently sound like on here. So that's do a
Yeah, I don't know what's the probably an internet related thing. I don't know. It's hot, all right? It's hot. The internet it's tired up in Bakersfield.
don't know
right
what to
now.
tell you.
Shout out to Thomas also jumping in the comments. Thomas, we see you out here. Friend of the program.
By the way, I think we do have to plan, Ronnie. I think we have to plan with Will and Thomas, and I saw Braden got in on the comments yesterday as well. That Week 15 Chargers Raiders game. We might have to try and make that happen. A nice Thursday night in Vegas.
I want to go there. Maybe my initial reaction was, all right, the first season, it's going to be super sold out. It's going to be really expensive. I saw the PSLs. They weren't as crazy as I thought, but they're still, NFL price. But now, maybe that price comes down a little bit. So maybe I'll make it out there in the first year if we're allowed to go. We'll see. But we could definitely go and bet on it.
Damn right. All right. Well, I think that was actually everything I wanted to talk about. I don't know, Ryan, did you get a chance to look at any of the NFL schedules yesterday?
Favorite podcast, favorite quarantine show. That's correct. Shout out
Ronnie,
to Braden. Checking
Ronnie,
in.
can you hear me, or is my connection that bad?
I can hear you in and out.
Ah, damn. I was just asking if you got a chance to look at anybody's schedule or any of the NFL schedules.
I haven't really delved into it. I know, again, shout out to Will, but he did a good blog post about the Chargers portion of it, just kind of running that down, what the outlook looks like for them, running up against Joe Burrow, and also all the other old quarterbacks they're going to have to face. That was a good article. Braden pops in, Jets are screwed with their schedule, but they also are the Jets, so who cares? Agree. ETS, just end the season. That's the motto out there in East Rutherford. Oh, Braden. A little salty there. Chargers lose to the Bengals in week 1. And he doubles down with a guarantee.
Oh,
A Braden T.
the Stone Cold Lock of the Year of the Week by Braden.
The century. And also, I know you're not a Cowboy fan, and no, they are not winning 11 games next year. Come on. Dude, the Eagles got Hurts, dude. It's over. They're good.
All right. Well, looks like we're running up against it here, Ronnie. So we may want to wrap this up. Here.
Yep, I'm gonna get out. Thank you all for joining us. Free
Thank
for All
you very
Friday.
much.
We're trying to make this a tradition. Stay tuned for the Hal, of course. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Call your mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Hug
Shout
your
out.
mom, or you're going to hell. Tyler, what you got?
Keep the fire.
Keep that fire.